Government has introduced fresh measures amid aimed at preserving the purchasing power of the Zimbabwe dollar and restoring trust and confidence in the economy.
This comes amid the rapid increases in prices of goods in supermarkets being fueled by the runaway parallel market exchange rate, which is nearing 4,000 Zimbabwe dollars to one United States dollar.
Now, this, of course, has piled more misery on the majority of Zimbabweans whose monthly earnings are being eroded.
In a statement last night, Finance Minister Mthuli Ncube said all government agencies, including parastatals, will now collect fees in local currency.
He further said government, rather than the Reserve Bank, will buy the 25% of foreign currency exporters are required to surrender, while the auction system will be limited to 5 million United States dollars a week, and all retained export earnings unspent after 90 days will be liquidated in the interbank market.
With regards to the externalization of funds and transfer pricing, Minister Ncube said the government will strengthen surveillance and monitoring complemented by a robust foreign currency payment system and information sharing system between financial institutions and ZIMRA.
This, he said, will go a long way in reducing money supply growth and its impact on exchange rate depreciation and price increases.
Minister Ncube said government will continue to review civil servants' salaries and allowances in line with the above developments and policy measures.
The new measures add to other measures introduced early this month, which saw the government, among other things, scraping duty on imported basic goods. Resident economist.
I knew this was going to land. I can't wait for his explanation.
I have asked, will this work? That's what I want to know.
Let's put it this way. It's a step in the right direction. Okay, there's a couple of issues that we have to look at. First of all, let's talk about the auction system limiting it to 5 million US dollars. Well, simply put, the government is saying, look, if you already are exporting, utilize your own foreign currency that you've retained from exports to bring in your imports, okay? And the 5 million would really go to those companies that require currency, who aren't really exporters, but require currency for their manufacturing processes. So that way, the country will start using the FCA balances, the exporters will start using them, which ties into the second thing, which is to say that they need to liquidate within 90 days of getting export receipts. Now, this is a step in the right direction for me. I've always contended that no exporter should keep US dollars. I believe that we're a country where if you bring in your exports, you should always get Zim dollars straight away. But now, of course, you are being allowed to. But if you export now, 90 days from now, if you haven't spent those export proceeds, you must liquidate them. So the next problem comes in this, is that is going to create huge money supply, isn't it? Because as soon as you sell US dollars to the central bank, they give you Zimbabwe dollars, it boosts money supply growth. So in the statement, the minister said that to curtail that money supply growth, they will be issuing treasury bills, which will mop up that liquidity all over again. So some of the other measures, of course, you're talking about all manufacturers selling goods such as cement, milk, soft drinks, etc. will now be required to charge VAT, which is refundable by ZIMRA after exporting. I like at least the government is doing something, and they're trying to really deal with the one major issue, which is dealing with the parallel market rate, which is money supply growth. I think that's the major issue that really is driving everything. Too much money in the system. But what is an interesting comment, of course, is he says that he will be looking at civil servants' salaries in line with the new measures. Now, that's an interesting statement because one of the things that drove money supply, of course, was the increase in civil servants' pay. But it's a fact that with the current environment, civil servants need to get paid more, as do, I'm sure, most Zimbabweans working in formal employment. So that will be a good thing for the civil servants. Now, there was one other issue that he mentioned, which is quite interesting. He talked about trying to get the money that's in the informal sector kind of into the formal economy. And he's going to try and do that by reducing the percentage that they pay. So reduce the local interbank foreign transactions IMT tax to 1%, reduce the point of sale IMT tax in foreign currency to 1%, and all government agencies, as we said, will now collect their fees in local currency. So a whole raft of measures there to try and stabilize prices and the exchange rate. Look, I don't know if the exchange rate will come down. I think that would be asking for a lot.
I still don't hear easy access to foreign currency.
No, in terms of no, there still is no easy access for citizens to access foreign currency, which is what, funnily enough, we want. Because if we can access foreign currency from a bank or from a bureau de change easily, we don't have to go to the parallel market, even just a little bit, right?
Yeah, let's
Let
hope
us
it
know your
works,
thoughts
yeah.
on this, and I'm sure by now you have had a chance to read through that statement, so do let us know your thoughts. The feedback platforms are the Zim Papers, TV Network Facebook page, at ZTN Prime on Twitter, and at ZTN Prime on Instagram.